Hey guys, and welcome back. I again am Jessica Najalik. I am the founder, writer, social media manager, podcast host of the Many Faces of the Able podcast, and founder and writer of the blog and its online community, The Abler. And yesterday I gave you guys a little review of The Abler's new paid services, which went into effect January 3rd of this year. And after I did the video and gave you guys the update and review and whatnot, I realized that I forgot to mention a very important thing that I have noticed recently that keeps occurring. And on December 2nd, I put this post up that reads, "Hello readers of the Abler blog. Please refrain from sharing treatments or professional information, as well as angry, hostile tone posts. While I encourage sharing, I don't believe it is safe to make claims based on personal experience. What works for one person may not work for another. Therefore, any and all comments like this has and will be continued to be removed immediately. Because of that reason, thank you very much, and the founder, myself." Now, the reason why I put that reminder up on the blog was that I started noticing a lot of comments on the blog that, in particular, with the post that I did on epilepsy a while back, where people would go on the blog and they would make comments like, "My child suffered from epilepsy for so long, and then he took this such and such thing, or this doctor cured him," and they would leave information of names, supposed doctors, emails, and whatnot. I was totally shocked because I had no idea this was occurring until I started getting reminders in my email. You have a comment on this, and you have a comment on that. I remove and will continue to remove comments with that type of tone to them. And here is why. When I began the Abler, ladies and gentlemen, my sole purpose was to conduct and make a platform where people felt safe enough to discuss anything that was on their mind. And that includes topics that we were once told we shouldn't discuss because it was none of our business. In other words, taboo. Well, when my sister was diagnosed with cluster headaches about 8 years ago or so, the people that are supposed to be helping her didn't have the answers because they don't have enough medical knowledge about this condition. And she was basically getting things like, "Well, maybe it's all in your head because you don't look sick. Maybe you should talk to someone." That is why I took it upon myself to say, stop the BS and let's just have a conversation. And honestly, just because somebody looks fine doesn't mean that there's nothing going on. So that is why the Abler has been so successful. It's because there aren't platforms out there that are willing to talk about topics that are uncomfortable. So I have a huge responsibility on this blog and its growing community, whether it's on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, wherever the Abler is, to make sure that my readers, my followers, my supporters are appreciated and they are safe and they are not being sucked in by some scam. Because the way these types of posts and comments are coming on the blog, they look like scams, I'm going to be very honest with you. And they leave this information out there, and I'm so concerned that if a reader or somebody comes across it and says, "Oh, let's try it," how do you know what's reliable? How do you know it's real? How do you know the so-called doctor is real? those types of comments will be removed, and they have been removed. I'm just reminding everybody who's watching this video to please be mindful of what you post on the blog. Support, suggestions, ideas, they're all welcome. I'm all for it. But comments that drive readers to a specific thing, whether it be herb type things or a doctor or email, a phone number, please don't do that, because it will be removed and it's dangerous. I don't know who you are. I don't know if what you're saying is legitimate or if you're just trying to scam. And I'm not going to put unwilling readers and participants of the Abler in general in danger. I have a responsibility to protect them as best as I can. And I have said from day one since I started this venture with the Abler, I am not a specialist. I am not certified. I do not have a degree. I am simply a person who is trying to help her sister and trying to give a voice to all these topics that people have constantly told us, it's none of our business. Keep your mouth shut and your head down. It has to be our business now because times have changed. Social media has broken wide open and everybody is sharing so much, it's on overload. So why not use that platform online to educate somebody by telling them your personal story? Everybody has their own personal power and their own personal knowledge. That is, in my opinion, the most powerful thing a person can carry with them. Not saying that education is not equal to being just as powerful. It is. Education is a wonderful tool. But we shouldn't base all of our hopes and dreams, put them all in one basket and say, well, he's a professional, she's a professional. I got this degree, so I know. That doesn't mean anything. That's a title. And I'm not in this for titles. I'm in this to help. So please refrain from posts and comments that direct my readers, listeners, or whoever else on any of the platforms for the Abler to some miracle something or other, doctor, potion, herb. Please don't, because you will be removed, it will be blocked, and you will be reported. With that said, I'm going to jump right into one other update that I wanted to share with you guys. I did tell you in the last video, one of the updates I was going to be doing was a new schedule for my podcast, which is, again, an extension of the Abler blog and its online growing community. Oh, for the love of God, hold on a minute. I'm sorry about this, guys. The internet's very slow for some reason. I have no idea why. Okay. The two new most recent things Anchor, the platform, has come out with in order for podcasters in the United States to earn some money and to gain more traction with their podcasts in general are paid sponsorships and listener support. Paid sponsorships is pretty basic. What that is you activate the paid sponsorship feature on your dashboard if you have an Anchor profile. Once you do that, Anchor matches you up with a sponsor, and you, in your newest podcast that you do the next time, you mention that sponsor and you put it in the middle of your show. The more you do that, the more sponsors you can get, the more money you can get. Now, please don't expect a lot of money. You probably won't get a lot, but you do get paid. I have yet to find the price of how much you get paid. I have to re-watch the video on that particular thing. But the more sponsorship you get means more airtime. More airtime means more exposure. That's going to be something I'm going to be activating very soon. Another feature that they have is called listener support. And I just want to show you guys some notes that I took. What that is once you activate that as well on your podcast, the person can go on your podcast and there should be a little tab that says support this podcast. And you have 3 different levels of support that you can choose to commit to monthly. The first level is 99 cents a month. The second level is $4.99 a month. The third level is $10.99 a month. And they're going to use Stripe. Or they say you can use your, I guess it's like a debit card like PayPal. Or you can do your bank account. So that is very cool. I'm also going to be activating that as a new feature on my podcast. Hopefully after the first new episode of the year, which is on January 12th. Next Saturday, I will be doing the first new episode of the year on the new schedule, the bi-weekly schedule, and it's going to be a topic. The topic will be disability. Whether or not you have any personal experience with disability, what you think disability is, any personal story at all, your personal opinion about disability, I want to hear about it. That is the new, brand new topic for the first new podcast episode of the year. Again, January 12th. I will be activating the sponsorships and the listener support shortly thereafter. I want to specify too, you're not in any way obligated to support the podcast. It would be nice, I won't lie, but you're not in any way obligated to do so. With that said, guys, I want to thank everyone for their support, their love, and their encouragement with the Abler thus far. We're going to be celebrating 3 years in July, and like I said yesterday, I have some big plans. The online store, the website, those are in the works. I'm taking my time with that. I will get back to topic post for the blog very, very soon. I'm hoping to do that after next week, after I catch up on another side project. Hopefully I'll have that side project complete so I can focus back on topic posts for the blog. But as I mentioned before, there's an ongoing list of topics for the blog that I have, and I would like to show you guys that list so that you get an idea of what we have, and if you have any ideas yourself on what you would like to see me cover in the blog, or even if you would like me to make one of the topics a topic show for the podcast, that is more than welcome too. But let me just show you the list. I have to sign in. Let's see, where was I? Notebooks. Here is the topics list. Now the topics with the little star and the numbers on the side are the topics that I've covered thus far. So far we have hypothyroidism. This is one I haven't covered yet. Dementia and Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, Lyme, lupus, Hashimoto's, food and sugar addiction, well, that one I covered, ALS, Down syndrome, PTSD, bipolar disorder, anxiety, dwarfism, blindness, deafness, fibromyalgia. I put the sun allergy because I don't know the medical term for it, but it's the condition where people are allergic to the sun. Basically, I just don't know the medical term for it. Dystonia, muscular dystrophy, IBS, spina bifida, diabetes, and all these others here. And again, the ones where you see the little star and number in parentheses are ones I've covered. And like I've said, 20 over 20 doesn't seem like a lot. That is only because I combined some topics into one post because they just made sense and they flowed. But here is the ongoing list. And I'm sharing this with you guys in case you want to add any ideas to it. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me on any of the platforms and let me know what you would like to see. Just specify in the subject what this contact is originally for. And that's all I ask. Alright guys, so have a great night and I'll talk and see you soon. Bye bye.